who might be interested in magic, here are 3 books that you will definitely enjoy. All of these books contain some magic to some degree, whether it is a whole world of magical creation, as in Shamer's Daughter by Lean Copperbowl, or just one family who deals with magical issues, as in Night Flying by Rita Murphy, or just one character who experiences magical events in her life, as in Gallows Hill by Lois Duncan. Whatever your preferences are, be it mythical creations and magical worlds, or just a story set in present time that has a little bit of unusual magical quality to it, one of these books is sure to be your favorite. This is a book that's set in the present time. The main character is a regular girl, Sarah Zoltane, with a little bit of an unusual last name. Another thing that might be a little bit unusual about Sarah is that her favorite animal is her pet, which is a black cat named Yowler. Sarah is also new at school, and this provides a whole lot of opportunities for her to meet new people. As a way to meet new people, her soon-to-be stepsister Kira, who's the school's gossip, and the very popular Eric, who is everybody's favorite student and kid at school, devise a plan for Sarah to be a gypsy at the school's Halloween party. As a part of this plan, Sarah has to dress up, and she has to look into a crystal ball and read the futures to the kids who come to her booth. Well, during the readings, an unusual thing starts happening. Sarah's crystal ball starts clouding over, and she starts seeing unusual shapes in the ball. At first, she discards this as just a weird occurrence, but once these predictions or these visions start coming true, Sarah gets a little bit uneasy about what could be her ability to see the future. Then Eric and Kira are not ready to let the story of the gypsy go, so the next extension of their plan is to get Sarah involved into a real business. Eric sets up appointments and takes money from the students, and Kira digs up dirt on all these students who make up appointments with Eric. So when they come to see Sarah, Sarah can tell them some pretty intimate events about their daily lives. Well, during these readings, again, the same thing starts happening, and now Sarah can't deny it any longer that she actually might be having some type of psychic ability. Well, this is not where the story ends. The story ends in a very climactic scene at Gallows Hill, where all the kids come to meet for a party. During this gathering, Sarah and her classmates find out a little bit more than they bargained for about their magical experiences and about their own past. So read on to find what happens next. Talk about is Rita Murphy's Night Flying. Night Flying is about a family of women by the last name of Hansen who have always had the ability to fly. Well, the family lives out on a farm, and the grandmother Hansen is the matriarchal figure of the family who makes all the rules. Besides the grandmother, there's Georgia, who's about to turn 16, her mother, and her 2 aunts, and they all live together on the farm. Well, the grandmother rules very sternly, and it's not a coincidence that there's no men living on the farm, because she has this idea that if anybody discovers about their ability to fly, they might be persecuted or considered witches, and something bad will happen to them. Well, Georgia is preparing for her first solo flight, which is supposed to take place on the night of her 16th birthday. Up until she's 16, she's not supposed to fly by herself, and as the title says, the women are only supposed to fly at night, so nobody will find out about their ability. Something unusual happens when a few days before Georgia's birthday, and that is her long-banished aunt, Carmen, who has been away for 16 years since Georgia has been born, comes back. Now, grandmother has explicitly forbidden that Carmen comes back, so this shakes up the family a whole lot, because grandmother receives this very ill that Carmen has come back against her prohibitions. Well, Carmen gets Georgia in trouble because during a heated debate, Georgia gets so mad at her aunt that she takes off and starts flying during bright daylight, which is a definite no-no according to her grandmother's rules. So at the same time, while she is mad that her aunt made her break the rules, she's also happy because she has done something that neither her mom nor her two other aunts have ever been able to do, and that was stand up to the ruling grandmother. That again is not the end of the story, because right before George's 16th birthday, she finds out another hidden and dark family secret that she wasn't supposed to know about, and that secret shakes up her whole world. Daughter by Lynn Caberbo, and this book is set in a completely imaginary world of Dunart that obviously the author has invented. The main character is the 12-year-old Dinah, who is truly her mother's daughter. She has inherited the gift of being a shamer, which means she can look into anybody's eyes and make them see all the past mistakes and all the past sins that they have done and committed, and make them feel ashamed for what they have done. So because of this, Dinah has no friends because nobody can stand to look in her eyes other than her family. The story starts when her mother is summoned to Dunart to sit with a 17-year-old boy who is on trial for murder. Supposedly he has killed his father, his sister-in-law, and his 8-year-old nephew. Now his uncle cannot convict him without the shamer saying that she has seen in his soul that he has done the crime. Dinah's mother goes to sit with Nico in his cell, and after that she cannot see this murder as one of the sins that he's carrying in his soul, so she refuses to say that he is guilty. Because of this, his uncle Draken comes and gets Dinah because he wants her to go and take a second look into his soul, because he thinks that maybe mother doesn't, for whatever reason, does not want to convict Nico of this murder. So Dinah goes with him, and she goes to sit in the cell with Nico overnight, and all of her fears disappear. Of course, she's very young, she's never been through anything like this before. Well, all of her fears disappear once she looks into his soul and sees that he's not the bloodthirsty murderer that he's made out to be. However, Nico cannot remember anything about this night because he had been so completely drunk that he has no memory of the night of the murder. What did happen is that they found him with a knife and with blood all spattered all over him, and this is why Draken, his uncle, thinks that he is guilty. During the stay in the cell, Draken, the uncle, comes down to the cell and he offers Nico this flask of wine and he tells him to drink it. Now at first Dinah does not understand what's going on. In a few minutes it turns out that the wine is poisoned, and the uncle has given him the wine as a way to save him from the shameful death of being convicted of the murder of his father and his sister-in-law and his nephew. Dinah does not think that Nico is guilty, so she tells him don't drink the wine, and the two of them attack Draken, almost kill him, and escape from the cell. Now, it's up to Dinah and Nico to find out what's happened during this night and to prove Nico's innocent. But of course, not everything is as clear as it seems. As they were leaving, Dinah noticed a very peculiar, very familiar smell about Draken, which she has only smelled once in her life and which only later she can place as being the smell of dragon blood. So Draken turns out to be a quite unusual villain in this story, and the story starts from here, and if you want to find out more, then you need to read where they go next.